Hi, everybody. Welcome to Paranormal Insights. I'm William Becker. I'm your host. And tonight we have Gert Brouwer with us from the Netherlands. Gert was on the last show talking about demonology, and tonight we're going to have him on the show talking about exorcism in a location, an old fortress in the Netherlands that he and his team have worked in. The last half of the show will have some of his team members on that he brought with him on this trip. So welcome again. I'm honored to have you here twice.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
To be here again.
Good. Fort Eloise, exorcisms. I'm just jumping right into it.
Yeah.
Tell.
Oh, the fortress is called Elooudsdijk.
Whoops, sorry.
Bad guy.
My Dutch is horrible.
Yeah. Fort Elooudsdijk is in the Netherlands, in the state Zeeland. And the history there is tough. We had water problems from the 50s and 1950s. We have some wars there. It was closed a while. The Dutch military was there, the German, it was a prison, a lot. So many things happened there.
When was the fortress built?
I fought in the 1800s.
Okay, very good. Now, you and your team go there often, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. I was the first to go in 10 years ago.
Okay, and this is a multiple time a year event, I think.
Yeah, a few times. We were, I was first in 10 years ago, then 7 years not, because it was a restaurant. It was run by other things, so there happened a few things, and so it goes on. And now the last 3 years we are back.
Okay. Now you talk about an exorcism there.
Yeah.
First of all, give our audience a little bit of an idea about what you mean by exorcism, because I think maybe it's not quite what the American audiences often think of.
There happened some events there, and we had people had brief problems. A few were couldn't breathe anymore, only if they get outside, or somehow hear grumbling. Some hear hissing from like a snake. Different crazy things happen there, and the history with it. It's a lot, a lot of emotional things and problems. But to turn back to the exorcism is more from to get the fortress to rest again. To say back to the things what really happened there, not the things that coming extra.
Okay, so the things that that would have been part of the older history, not part of what humans have brought in with their own craziness?
Yeah.
Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, that's like that. So we bring it to the realistic history.
Okay.
It's maybe the better word to use. And
okay. Fascinating. And so, and you're putting it back to this, so you're not necessarily going in and wrestling with a pure evil entity and kicking it out, which is what, here exorcism usually means getting rid of a demon.
Yeah.
And you talked last time a bit about demons and demonology, and there are big differences between your concept and the American usual concept. And so this is a different approach. How does it work?
The church is blessing and are yelling with a cross, taking things out the Bible. And what I do is all making in hyper focus or getting in a statement in my mind to say, okay, I'm going to do this, and my hyper focus is going to work to the demon to make it understand he needs to go. How I do it, I will not explain in front of cameras, because I don't want to get people involved with things like that.
Right. And that you're not wanting to get people involved isn't because you're trying to be the only one that can do it.
No,
It's
no, no.
because you don't want people to get in over their head and get into trouble. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
correct. The only one I'm going to teach on this moment, exorcism. There is someone from my hands that I teach the exorcism. She's doing it.
Mhm.
The new one that's coming up is Natasha wants to teach teach it,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
so it takes a while to do it.
Exactly. Exactly. It's fascinating. Now, how did things go at the fort? What did you do? What's the progress been with all this?
The problems were violent attacks to people, mind problems, want to run away from things. So I was a few times back, and on one moment I said to myself, "Oh, what the hell? What I did there? I had to. I took the problem home. You know, I needed to do that to get to teach it. So you have on your own, you have the problems for a month. So we went back for 5 days, and then my fun is beginning. So I battled room by room. I took over.
Mhm.
I become the leader of every room, and he's getting no space anymore, and he's getting madder and badder to me. He wants to get rid of me again. So on one moment you need to get the focus on and do the thing you need to do with a demon. But yeah, sometimes out of frustration you yell. Okay, that's an emotion, not stay yelling. You know what
Right.
others do.
Right.
Is one time, and I say to myself like, come on, not more, and then I will do my thing to bring the demon to another world, and I don't know what's going to happen to him, but yeah, it's gone, you know, and we're going to walk there, and we see, yeah, it's not there anymore. If you go to the place again inside, you're feeling happy. It's like the air is cleared again.
Okay. And now when he's gone, so you're not slaying the dragon, so to speak. You're moving an entity from one place and putting it into basically another realm where it's not hurting this one anymore.
Yeah, you can see it like that.
Okay. That's interesting, and that's different again than I think people often think about it. And it shows that you're not using hate or violence in a state. You're not destroying anything. You're moving it.
Yeah, I pick out his energy, so he can do nothing anymore. You can ask, later this season coming episode, you can ask my people. I just let them fall on a demon. The static energy you're going to feel, and on the moment he's gone, they feel on the same spot and the static energy, and that's just 2 or 3 seconds later. They say they really was feeling all like, whoa, this is static energy. It feels so ooh, and then I said 2 seconds, 3 seconds later, I say feel now again, and they don't feel nothing anymore on that spot.
Excellent, excellent. Now, once the entity is gone,
demon is no entity.
Okay.
It's just energy.
Okay, so once this is gone, and that's a really important point to make. Are all the hauntings gone? Are all the other beings that live there gone? I hate the word to use the word ghost.
No. We bring it back to the basic history.
So all the ones that should be there are alive and well. Or, I'm sorry, that's not the right phrase, but they're active. They're part of it.
Yeah, they stay there.
Okay.
And maybe on one spot, I'm working there. They make place for me. And if I'm ready, they come back. You see, we had one time a few years ago in Fort Prince Frederick, I did an exorcism. The owner gets violent attacked, and I was going to work, and all the entities were just walking away from the problem, and really I saw them walking, and when I was ready, I'm relaxed. I took the woman, the owner, back, and you saw all the entities walking back again. I said, "Oh, I never saw this before. Okay, it's good."
Excellent. I like that.
Yeah, it was a really funny thing. I said, "Oh, they're walking back. Okay, I'm ready." They go back.
Yeah.
It was really funny to see.
Oh,
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
What have been I guess your most dramatic experiences in the fortress?
That I get in, I had really big lung problems. I'm going into space and I couldn't breathe anymore. One of my investigators took me out, and on that moment she said, "It changed all. You could breathe again, but our equipment was there still." So I focused myself. I took my things out, and I said, "Okay, it's good for this time." So a month later, we went back to get rid of stuff there.
Okay, excellent. Now, do you build up relationships with some of the other entities in these places when you go back over and over again and see some of them?
In Fort Ramicus, I've got a very close friend, Admiral Albertus. He's living in a fortress of Napoleon, so he's always following me everywhere. He's here. If I'm going home, he's there. If I've got problems, he will always be there. He's standing and he's looking always. It's crazy.
That's nice. I like that.
It's fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's a real. If you're coming more and more on a location, you're really becoming friends with them. Like Fort Ramicus. If you're there, you can ask my members. I come in, everyone stops because I need to go first to say hello to the admiral. Else, it's like he don't give permission to the entities to talk with the rest anymore. It's crazy. You can ask them. You need to do that because it's very strange.
Yes.
Sometimes I think, whoa, what's happening?
Well, respect is such an important thing for the entities. I mean, it's their space, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And most of the time they were there first, not always.
No, I think it's funny if I'm there. Hey, nothing is happening. Like Fort Dijk is the same. I think it's the respect that's doing it.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any cautions or words of wisdom for people looking to do this as well, including going out to some of these places?
Yeah.
Now, the forts you're talking about are 200, 250 years old, so not as ancient as some places. But still, you've got quite a history. You've got deep, dark passages. You might have areas that are not safe for a lot of reasons.
Don't going alone. What I always did, and get the history, get everything. Don't go once. Go plenty of times. Then you're going to know the in and outs from a location. It's really something I want to give someone with it, and the understanding of the place.
Good. And you always have permission, is that correct?
Yes. We work for government facilities, and no other team comes in because they will call and me ask, "Do you want that?" No, please don't. We always get their permission. In every location, not from government facilities, we always ask.
Okay.
We are not urban explorers.
And so that's a big point, folks. No trespassing, no violence. You don't break in.
No, we don't want.
So those are words of wisdom from somebody with a great deal of experience and quite a reputation in Europe. So we're about out of time for this segment. I'm going to get the rest of your team up here in a minute. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And we'll see you in a few. Asha, Rit, and Hank from Paranormal Society World. They're here in the States with Gert and working on the documentary. They are teammates of his and have been involved in a lot of the projects he's mentioned earlier in this episode and in last week's episode. Welcome to the three of you.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome. How did you guys get involved with all of this? And did you have the slightest clue what you were in for? The paranormal, the work you're doing, the kind of the whole package.
Yeah. I have an experience as a child, a paranormal experience, and that made me curious, and there was always interest, and when I get a chance to go into the team, I just took it and asked, okay, I'm here. I want to help you. You can help me with finding my answers, because I had a lot of questions about paranormal. And so I came in the team of Gert.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Rit?
Yeah, since I was a child, I saw entities. When I grew older, it went away, but at a part of my life, it came back to me, and I evolved, and sometimes I saw people again, but when Gert asked volunteers, I thought, oh yes, this may be something for me to evolve further. And that was 2013, and I didn't regret a day.
Good.
It was special.
Excellent. And Rhett and I have been able to do some psychic work together on part of the filming. It's been great. And Hank,
Thanks.
how about you?
I'm the husband of Riet, and when Riet was going to investigate sometimes, I was always staying at home, and became friends with Gert, and he asked if I wanted to go, and I came with him, and for one time I was investigator, and I'm investigating cameraman, doing most of the time with the group.
Okay. And do you two have specialties with the investigations you do, or are you Jills of all trades, so to speak, like we'd say here?
Yeah, I am a demonologist investigator. I hate that word. I'm sorry. So I sit or I working together with Gert.
Okay.
And doing the demology rounds, and and they investigate more with equipment than we do. Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Now, what locations have really fascinated you or given you the, I don't want to say best because that's it doesn't make sense in this, but the strongest, I would say, the experiences that stand out the most?
Oh, for me is Fort Ramacus, because I have a connection with a little boy, and 2 times he went with me to my house, and only I couldn't speak with him. He was a little shy, so that's a little bit pity. But I keep trying. We go back to Fort Ramacus again, and then I keep in touch with him. I want to know why he is following me. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm a mother of 3 sons, I don't know. But I keep trying to get more connected with him.
Okay, excellent. Yeah. And folks at home, when you're new at this, you really don't want entities following you home?
No.
Natasha's been doing this for a long time. She knows what's there. She knows who this is in a lot of ways. And so, don't do what the experts are doing until you become one. Excellent.
Yeah.
Reed?
For me, it's Fort Ellewoudstijk, because that was for me a moment that I still learning, and I have an experience there, and yeah, that thing, this experience, that was. I said, "Wow, I want to learn more about it."
What was the experience, if I can ask?
Sorry. Yeah, the experience was I felt a presence in a room, and I think from that isn't okay. I came half in trance, and some other investigator they saw that, and she cut me away, and yeah, Gert came later with Natasha and Hank and another investigator, and we are trying to get in trance, and yeah, it's not. I'm not so as Gert, and I shall never be that. But it was for me an experience, yeah, to never forget.
Excellent, excellent. Hank, how about you?
My first experience was the first time I came with Gert, and Riet wasn't there because she was ill, and I was in a room together with Natasha, and suddenly Natasha looked at me, what's happening to you, to me. I was filming, and I got a push in my back, and a big one. I almost make a big step forward.
Wow.
That kind of push. And I looked around and what the heck, and nothing is there.
Oh, that's
And that
amazing.
was the first time, and that was from that moment on I was very interested.
Yeah, it was my fault. No, it's my. I'm sorry, Hank. I did it to you because we were at a location. I felt a little boy. I'm gonna read a story, and I asked things, and I saw something in the door, and I said, Hank, please go stand there. And that's why he get the push. I'm sorry, Hank.
Hey, you made him an addict to the paranormal and the investigations.
He
so
made
it's
it
okay.
clear I was standing in the way, and from that moment on I was standing a little bit on another spot.
Makes interesting footage. Now, you've all seen some of the work Gert's done with the demonology investigations, and when he talks about doing a demonology round, he's not necessarily looking for a demon. He's looking to pick up on everything that's there, like he was explaining in an earlier episode. How do you all fit into that picture and that work, and what do you experience when you've been part of all of that?
You mean of the demology round?
And that, and when he's talked about moving on to other places, a couple of entities that he refers to as a demon.
Yeah.
Energies, not entities.
Yeah, energy.
So,
right.
and I know you've been involved with some of that work too, and so I would like to get a better understanding from your perspective of what that's about and how it feels or looks.
Yeah, when he found a demon, he talked about it. Okay, I have found one. We need to do something about it. And he says, okay, I'm going to do an exorcism. And then you have to go this and that and that. And yeah, we all have our places in the exorcism. If he don't want you to be there, you aren't be there. That must be clear. Because if he is going to be annoyed of somebody, it's not going to work. And yes, and then we help him as batteries, help him with his exorcism, and we can all experience all kind of things. I see frequencies waves, very heavily. She heard sizzling like a snake, and he heard growling. So we have all experiences with exorcism.
Okay.
Yeah. And also what he talked earlier, when he put another world, you can put a hand on it and you feel the energy. So that
I find it for myself as cameraman. I must follow him, and that's sometimes difficult because you're coming sometimes so close to him, and you know if you come too close, you be a bother to him. You must find the balance to get as close possible for the footage you shooting, but you must not come too close. But otherwise, his attack coming to me. That's
Right.
a bit difficult for me, but it's going well, and I believe Gert was satisfied the last time that.
Before we get to the exorcism, and when we are investigating, it's all that's quiet. There's nothing and then when you do that the first time, then you think, oh, strange. Why? Why doesn't get me and nothing? And now that we are more experienced and we know, oh, okay, it's time. It's getting slower. It's getting quieter.
Yeah.
So okay, there's something going on.
Okay. Oh, that's fascinating.
It's like they stacking all the energy, and then it will explode in the evening. So in the afternoon you will notice nothing, and then you know, okay, they are gonna build all the energy. Okay, we need to go right now, and we come back and Gert, do your work.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really true what she said. It's then really silence, and you can find nothing, nothing at all.
Wow. And then so he's in by himself doing some of this.
No, he's always have assistants.
Okay. Hear that, folks? Don't do it alone. Now, when you're talking about being batteries for him, are you feeding him energy then? Is that what you mean, or?
Yeah, you can call it some kind of energy. He's
Okay.
we're standing there, and he's getting some energies we getting out. Or I don't. He explained it better. Maybe the girls, but we're some kind of.
Yeah.
We're only standing there. And he takes our energy
Mm-hmm.
To grow
grow stronger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent.
Because he must be bigger than the demon he's fighting,
Right.
and that's why we came in.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense. And it's good to hear. Now, what, out of all the places you've investigated, which is your favorite place?
Ramekes, because of the boy.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's also Ramekens, but surely Ellewoudsdijk.
Okay.
I have no favorite place. You can call the first one because I have that experience. It's always you will remember,
Mm-hmm.
but the other ones are also very great.
Excellent.
Nice to go there, and every time you see things, especially and sometimes I'm not only following Gert with the camera, also the girls, and you see something happen and to the girls, and you hear something, and it's very interesting.
Fantastic. We're out of time. I want to thank you all so much for coming, and I look forward to more work.
Thanks.
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 Thank you.